Hello and welcome back to RC Model Reviews. One of the biggest gripes I have with these commercial grade drones is they use these proprietary batteries, and as such they use proprietary cables with proprietary chargers, and that's a problem for me because I like to see what the batteries are doing, I like to see what kind of health they have, I like to see what kind of internal resistance they're generating from cell to cell, and really importantly, I like to be able to discharge them or put them into a storage state if I don't get to fly them. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to make a lead to connect any drone battery to your hobby grade charger. The example I have uses the Hubsan Zino Pro batteries, but this technology is universally applicable. And what I mean by that is that this is a 3-cell battery, meaning it has a 3-cell balance lead. This plugs into this port here on the battery. And then this 3-cell lead goes into this little dinky, it's probably a 1/2 amp charger. That's why it takes 2 hours to charge these batteries, by the way. But it plugs into this, and the charge is issued from this charger over the balance leads to the battery. You have a very slow charge rate, that's a proprietary charger, and you get no information. I want to show you how to make a lead that you can attach to the proprietary cable, not doing any damage to the proprietary cable, and connect it to a hobby grade charger so that you can see what's going on with your batteries, and so you can discharge them the way you want to, and so you can charge them at a 1 amp rate, which this thing should charge at 3 amps because it's a 3000 milliamp hour pack. So if you charged it at 1C, that's a 3 amp charge rate, and there's no reason that battery shouldn't hold it. But while I get to learn the battery, I'm just going to stick with 1 amp just to keep it on the low side. But that'll get me charging in a faster time than I'm sure what this little wall wart does. All right, so let's get started. Again, the idea here is to be able to connect without doing any damage to the proprietary cable that came from your drone, to connect a standard lead to that cable and get you connected to your hobby grade balance charger. There's lots of different ways this can be done. The main objective here is to get this balance port into this charger, and then we have to get a mains connection. That's the way the charger wants to see things, is with a mains connection. In addition to connecting our balance lead, I'm also going to take an XT60 and solder it on the end and solder that main into the balance lead so we can deliver mains power from the charger to the battery. I'm going to get out my equipment and I'm going to start cutting and soldering, and I'll just let you follow along. Okay, so before I cover this up, I just want to show you the wiring so you have a very clear picture of how this works. All I've done is I've soldered a main wire onto the first black wire and the first red wire. That's it. So a main line on the ground and a main line on the hot. That's it. Now these two will get connected to the XT60, and these will be the leads that go into the charger along with this balance lead, and this will plug into your pigtail that you got with the battery. So let's finish it up. All right, so there we go. We've got a balanced lead connector with a hotline to positive for our XT60 and the negative lead going to our negative lead on the XT60. Okay, so on this adapter, they've reversed it. This first pin goes to the last red pin here on the end. So what that means is when I connect the red, it's this first pin right here that should be hot. So I will connect this and just check that we've got continuity from this first pin to hot. And we do, and we should not have continuity at ground until we put it on this other pin, and there we go. That tells me that we are set. All right, so there is no damage done to the stock unit. You can plug this in and let's give it a try. Let's put it on our charger and see what happens. Okay, balance lead at the bottom. And I've got a voltage reading. That's a good start. 3.82 volts, 3.82, so it's a balanced discharge at least. All right, no magic smoke so far. That's good. All right, let's try, now we're gonna put this in high voltage because these are high voltage packs. And we're gonna run a charge at we're just gonna do 1 amp for now. And let's run a start. And there we go. So there we've got 1 amp on the charge rate and we're climbing. Well, there you go, guys. That's how you make a balance lead for any proprietary drone battery that lets you connect to your hobby grade charger. And again, the reasons for doing that are that I like information. I like to know how those batteries are doing. So when they're discharged, I kind of want to know where that discharge voltage is. And I can also measure the internal resistance, and I can use the storage mode on my chargers to put these batteries down to a storage level when I'm done using them in the event I don't get to fly. I'll give you an example. The other day at the field, I flew one of my batteries out, I put it on the charger, went and flew a second one, and then by the time I got around to a third flight, I just didn't have the time for it. This one of the batteries got charged halfway back up to peak, and the only way to discharge that with one of these is to put it in your drone and fly it. That may not always be convenient. This method allows you to use a hobby grade charger to charge your proprietary drone batteries and get all the information you want and manage them the way you manage all your other batteries. So I hope that information has been useful to you. If it has, please consider subscribing to the channel. Definitely keep up the comments. Everyone's been doing a great job there. I appreciate your time and thanks for watching. Have a good one. And then get you connected to your balance charger, your hobby grade, and get you connected to your